What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? Oh, I'm doing pretty good myself. Oh, sorry. All right, so I got a few things that I'm gonna talk about today. The supposed day of Jihad is here. Today's the day, apparently. Um, we'll get into that in a little bit. And then the DeSantis campaign lies about the Trump campaign. Well, I guess it's inaccurate to say lie, but hold on. It's inaccurate to say lie because he's not really lying about the Trump campaign, but he's clearly what's the word I'm looking for? He's clearly being disingenuous with what Trump is saying. I guess that's maybe a more fair assessment. And we'll get into what he's saying that's inaccurate, and of course, in a bit. Hold on, I'm just checking on something. I'm just I have like a somewhat new of a setup. I'm using my StreamYard on Microsoft Edge. So, okay, I just wanted to make sure my my audio was good. There we go. All right, cool. All right, so all right. So yeah, so they're being disingenuous when it comes to the Trump campaign and what he says. They're claiming Trump's praising Hezbollah, calling him very smart hours after they attack. While accurate, it's being disingenuous. And of course, that's kind of the campaign. They're not going to be truthful. They're going to try and spin everything as to make themselves look good. It is what it is. But it's very dishonest in my opinion. But all right. And then we are going after that. We're going to talk about Neon, the YouTuber, streamer, whatever, and his OF girlfriend, his OnlyFans girlfriend. They both appeared on the Fresh and Fit show. I want to say Friday. I believe it was Friday. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Friday. Last Friday, obviously, not this Friday. Or was it Wednesday? Oh, no. Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. So yeah, Friday. So Friday, Neon and his OnlyFans girlfriend gone on the Fresh Fit Pan show. And then he got some hard truths, and his OnlyFans girlfriend took it very hard. What Myron was saying about her, and then there's a clip. What day was this clip? This clip was on Monday of her, and we're gonna watch it and maybe we'll get into some of the backstory of it all, and then obviously go from there. Fucking kidding. Hold on, just double checking. Like I said, I got everything on in a different. Cool. Gotta make sure the audio is going to come through and everything. All right. And then after that, Dillon, Danis, and Logan Paul had their face off. And it ended with Dillon Danis throwing a microphone at Logan Paul and causing him some injury or some bleeding at least. Um, so we'll watch that. And then the Biden administration is apparently telling its citizens, the American citizens that are trapped in Israel, they got to pay for the They got to pay reimbursements to be evacuated. So it kind of proves to you that Biden administration don't give a fuck about you. And then after that, Robert Davis, the man who killed Josh Kruger, who was a left-wing Philly journalist, apparently was in a sexual relationship and had been since Davis was 15. So, well, I mean, that's per the family. So take it with the what you can, or take it how you want. But we'll get into that. There's an article. There's a article about it on the Philadelphia Inquirer. So we'll look into that. And then after that, I got 3 clips we're going to go over. One has to do with a professor, I think, getting arrested and humiliated. And then the other is a clip from Just Pearly Things. So that's the plan for the day. So I suppose we should just get into it. What do you think? All right. All right. So today is the day of Jihad. I think it was last week or earlier this week. Earlier this week, that there was threats of there was calls by Hamas leaders, I believe it was, that was calling. Let's see. There was rumors that like Hamas leaders or something like that were calling for attacks in America. That's supposed to be today. And there was an article on NBC talking about it, and we're going to look it over. Oh. All right. So this is from NBC News. Take it with what you will. Conservatives stoke fears of a Hamas attack in U.S. No credible threat, FBI says. The posts show how quickly the latest bloody conflict between Israel and Hamas has upended online political debate thousands of miles away. The FBI said this week it had no information indicating a credible terrorist threat against the United States. But social media pundits who have been raising alarm for days aren't backing down. Conservative social media influencers have been filling platforms such as X and Truth Social with speculations not backed by any evidence that attacks on civilians in Israel would soon be followed by similar attacks in major U.S. cities, and that people should begin preparing, including by avoiding cities and purchasing firearms. The speculation, with no evidence to support it, has come from former President Donald Trump's his son, and a host of right-wing commentators with big followings who issued vague warnings about impending invasions or attacks. Many of the posts tie in a hodgepodge of Republican Party talking points on subjects such as gun rights, immigration from Asia, crime, and Iran policy. The posts show how quickly the latest bloody conflict between Israel and Hamas has upended online political debate thousands of miles away, and how it's being used by political figures to push certain agendas. and issues. Trump, from his True Social, raised the idea of a potential threat by focusing on the unfound claim that Hamas was coming into the U.S. through the southern border. Sorry, something up on my teeth. The same people that raided Israel are pouring into our once beautiful USA through our total open southern border at record numbers. Are they planning an attack within our country? He asked in a post Monday. The post had 30,700 likes as of Wednesday, according to the app. The Trump's post-presidency office did not immediately respond to a request for more information on this post. The NBC reported last month that U.S. border agents had taken into custody a number of people on the FBI terrorist watch list trying to enter via the southern border. But there is no evidence that Hamas fighters who carried out attacks in Israel in recent days are pouring in from Mexico. All right, the theory that terrorists will sneak into the U.S. border to attack Americans have been a recurring theme in conservative media and politics for more than 20 years, even though the perpetrators of the biggest terror attacks over that time, such as the 2009 shooting at Fort Hood, Texas, and the 2003 Boston Marathon bombing and the 2019 shooting in El Paso, had no connection to the southern border. Well, they say theory, but then right up here in the paragraph before, last month, border agents had taken a growing number of people on the terrorist watch list. Well, here's the thing: just because for every terrorist that they've caught, there's probably another, maybe more, that they haven't have gotten through. So I'm just saying, like, it's kind of funny that they're like, oh, it's just a recurring thing, but then they're like, oh, but we've caught a bunch of them. So if you caught some, it doesn't necessarily mean you've caught every single one. But some warnings this week weren't even specific to the border. Trump Jr. turned the subject to gun rights, warning readers to be prepared. If anyone is still stupid enough not to understand why we have the Second Amendment, have them watch any one of the 100 videos coming from Israel, he wrote in a post on X on Sunday. The post got 7.8 million views, according to the view tally on X. He followed up the next day with another post. If you don't yet own an AR-15, you really need to think that through right about now. That one got 4.8 million views. Trump Jr. did not immediately respond to a request for comment emailed to the Trump Organization, where he is executive vice president. I wonder why. Laura Loomer, a far-right provocateur who's been banned from most social media platforms, including Facebook and Instagram, issued her own dire prediction on X. Stay out of major cities. There's going to be a massive terrorist attack in big cities over the next 14 months. She wrote, adding a warning about a global Islamic caliphate. Her post got 5.1 million views on the app owned by tech billionaire Elon Musk. Loom did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. Yeah, I wonder why these two people wouldn't want to comment on for NBC News. Weird, right? All right. Other social media accounts warned without evidence of Hamas sleeper cells, invoking a term that spiked in popularity after September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. The sleeper cells in America won't be sleeping much longer. Stay out of the cities, warned a post from the X account at Gunther Eagleman. It got 452,000 views. Reached by phone, a man who said he runs the Gunther Eagleman account said he stood by his warning, giving the apprehension at the border of people on the terrorist watch list. All it takes is one bad guy, he said. He said Gunther Eagleman is a pseudonym, and he spoke on the conditions of anonymity because he said he has received threatening messages on social media. There were 216 people on the terrorist watch list who were stopped at the southern border as of July this fiscal year. Though experts have called such figures misleading because authorities presumably did not let those people go after stopping them. The FBI said Monday there's no clear threat, and it would remain vigilant against the possibility one. While the FBI does not have a specific or credible intelligence indication indicating a threat to the U.S. stemming from the Hamas attacks in Israel, we are closely monitoring unfolding events and will share relevant information with our state, local, federal, and international law enforcement, intelligence, and homeland security partners to ensure they are prepared for any impacts to public safety. Notice, he didn't say people. He said they'd share relevant information with law enforcement agencies, but he didn't say anything about sharing information with the people. I'm just saying. We will not hesitate to adjust our security posture as appropriate to protect the American people. The FBI office reiterated Tuesday that it had no specific and credible intelligence indicating a threat to our city. Its post on X got lower visibility than the alarmist post, racking up only 231,000 views. But many of the replies to that post were skeptical, alleging that the U.S. border was open and the FBI should investigate pro-Palestinian demonstrators in New York. The account Zero Hedge, which usually shares a mix of financial news and conservative opinions, with 1.7 million followers, darkly joked that the FBI has dedicated only 10% of its attention to Hamas threat but 90% to MAGA terrorists. That post got 285,000 views. Much longer, okay. Experts said many of the posts appeared to be unhelpful fear-mongering designed for maximum virality. If they're vague or baseless, the threat warnings often get views because the social media apps are biased in favor of emotional appeals to fear and outrage. I mean, yeah, that explains, all the BLM, cop on black people crime, all that shit. Said William Brady, an assistant professor at Northwestern University Kellogg School of Management and co-author of a 2020 paper on how emotions spread online. This type of content does draw a lot of engagement and has a high chance of going viral, he said. We are all trying to make sense of some uncertainty, and certain political actors are going to try and leverage that to try something like fear-mongering, Brady said. It's human nature to seek out information about additional threats in the days after an attack like the ones in Israel, so the people can avoid risk and reduce their anxiety, said Shana Gardarian, a professor of political science at Syracuse University, who has studied a relationship between terrorists and public opinion. But many social media posts circulate this week aren't helpful, she said, because they don't include specific solutions. There's no real solution there, but to sit in your house and watch Fox News or whatever platform they ask you to tune in, Gardanian said. So there we go. Now the question after all this is, do you trust the government? Sorry. That's the biggest question. Sorry. So the question is, do you trust? Really, this question goes down to, do you trust U.S. government when it say do you trust the FBI when they say we don't got any information on credible threats? Do you trust them? Now, I'm not telling you not to trust your government, but I am saying that after all the bullshit that we got, well, I'm sorry, I'm looking. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Sorry. But yeah, I'm not telling you not to trust the government, but after this year of all the bullshit we've had to deal with the cough cough, the 19 cough cough, the election, whatever you think of it, whether pretty much all of 2020, the so-called mostly peaceful protests that they've said, everything going on with Trump, all the lies they have said and done. Do you trust them when they say we don't have any evidence of an impending attack? That's really what this goes down to. I'm not telling you not to trust the government, not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just asking a simple question of do you trust them? Now, my personal opinion, I don't think anything's really going to happen today. That being, it's I haven't seen any evidence. I know there's been calls, but there's always calls for attacks, and they don't happen. But just because I don't think there's going to be anything going on doesn't mean I don't think you should be aware. Ensure that you keep your head on a swivel. Okay, just pay attention. Don't be lost in your phone, listening to your listening on your headphones, both ears. Keep an ear open, keep eyes open, and just keep yourself safe. That's all I'm asking that people do. Okay. Um, that's just my opinion on the matter. Um, I'm a very cautious individual. And even though I don't think anything's going to happen, I'm not going to go in like a fucking idiot and just be cautious. Just keep your eyes out. And if you're uncomfortable, then just stay out of major cities. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, it is Friday, so just be careful. People are out and about. Just keep your eyes open. Now, here's something that's kind of funny. So, the FBI and such saying there's no, they claim there's no information about a, day of jihad or anything like that. But this is yesterday from Marjorie Taylor Greene. With tomorrow declared a global day of jihad by Hamas, heightened security around the Capitol. Why is there heightened security? There's no information. There's no credible threat. And dozen protests planned in D.C. Only one of them being pro-Israel. We're not going to vote today. If we're not going, whatever. That's not important. So apparently, there's heightened security at the Capitol today, and that could be just due to the protests. Let's be honest. But it's just funny to me. So, but yeah. So all this comes down to is: do you trust the government? If you do, then go to a major city. If you don't, but you still need to go into the major city, well, 2A is a very important amendment we have. Okay. I'm armed all the time. Well, not really all the time, except when I'm working, but I'm armed whenever I leave the house for the most part. And unlike that fucking idiot from yesterday, I think it was Tommy Jung, who says if you need a gun, you're ignorant. I carry a gun just in case something happens. I hope nothing happens. I never want to ever have to use my gun ever. I don't want to deal with the paperwork. No, I just really don't want to have to use it at all. But Well, I rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And that's what I suggest you do today and all days going forward. Um, if you don't have a gun, go ahead and purchase one. I think a lot of states uh, they allow same day purchases for shotguns. So buy a shotgun for a home defense, and then go into the process buying a handgun and get a concealed carry permit if required by your state. That's what I suggest. And then when you get all that, go and do some firearms training. You learn how to use that firearm. Okay. And then after all that, learn about self-defense law, and understand when it's proper to use it, when it's not, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Again, I don't think anything's gonna happen today. But be safe. Okay. There's nothing wrong with just being cautious. All right. Just because you don't think anything's gonna happen, just be cautious. All right. All right. There you go. The doom and gloom is done. Now let's get into this. So, speaking of Laura Loomer, sorry. Speaking of Laura Loomer, she posted something. So she responded to the DeSantis war zone recent tweet. This is what she had to say. Wow, you're such liars. Ron DeSantis, at Ron DeSantis, at Team DeSantis, at DeSantis War. I was there tonight. President Trump said Hezbollah's sneaky strategy was smart. He said they were smart enough to evade Israeli intelligence and have made their way across the U.S. border. That's what he said. And he called out Hamas and Hezbollah animals many times tonight during his speech. No wonder why Trump is beating Ron DeSantis by 58 points in Florida. No one buying your bullshit divisive lies anymore. Everyone hates you. Drop out. You'll never beat Trump. Christina Pusha should be fired for this. She operates this account. All right, so let's see. And then Ron DeSantis war zone tweet was Trump praises Hezbollah, called the Iranian-backed terror group very smart hours after they attacked Israel. So let's listen to what he said. Oh, disgusting, dude.
North people. And then 2 nights ago, I read all of Biden's security people. Can you imagine? National defense people. And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north because that's the most vulnerable spot. I said, wait a minute. Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it. I said that President Xi of China, 1.4 billion people, he controls it with an iron fist. I said, he's a very smart man. They killed me the next day. I said he was smart. What am I going to say? But Hezbollah, they're very smart. And they have a national defense minister or somebody saying, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack us from the north. So the following morning, they attacked. They might not have been doing it, but if you listen to this jerk, you would attack from the north because he said that's our weak spot. And then 2 nights ago, I read all of Biden's security people. Can you imagine? National defense people. And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north because that's the most vulnerable spot. I said, wait a minute. Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it.
So, yeah, it's like Lauren Loomer said. He's not. There's nothing wrong with admitting the intelligence of an enemy. In fact, that's the smartest thing you can do. It's like, hey, these people are intelligent. Okay. So we need to not act like they're idiots and instead act like they are what they are, which is intelligent. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's, there's you'll never go wrong by assuming that your enemies are intelligent, competent, etc. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. Like, hey, these aren't like 12 cave dwelling idiots who don't know their ass from the correct end of a rifle or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Because when you underestimate your opponents, That's when you'll end up getting fucked up the most. So I am. But of course, the DeSantis campaign, they're running against Trump. So obviously, you're going to take his words, paint it in the worst light possible. It's what you do in a political campaign. You try and make your opponent look like an idiot all the time. So I mean, it's not surprising that the DeSantis would do this, or the DeSantis campaign would do this. It's actually expected. It'd be more surprising if they didn't. I mean, this happened before when Trump called Putin smart and intelligent or some shit like that. He was acknowledging his intelligence, and he got raked over the coals. How dare you, praise this guy, whatever. But again, admitting someone is intelligent doesn't mean that you agree with them. Just acknowledging a fact, and and that's and presupposing that Mossad didn't actually know about this. That's really smart for Hamas, is to be being able to coordinate an attack and not allow Mossad or Israeli intelligence to know about it so they can carry it out. That's smart. It is what it is. It's smart. They're smart to be able to do that. And like I said before, with Israel cutting off the power, electricity, the electricity, fuel, water, and food to Gaza, tactically, that's a very smart and sound decision. It's a immoral one, but it is a very smart and intelligent decision. So I can disagree with someone's tactics or someone's, what they do, but acknowledge that they are intelligent at the same point. So that's something that's lost on a lot of people. I don't think it's actually lost on the DeSantis campaign. I think they're just trying to use whatever they can to be able to discredit Trump. That's what it is on the campaign. But speaking of Trump, there is a clip I didn't mention I was going to talk about. There's a clip that's circulating. And speaking of Guthrie Engelman, which is funny, reading that article, and I got two of the people, I got, X tweets from two of those people to look at. But speaking of him, he also tweeted this, and this is President Trump versus Serena Williams in a suit, no shoes to make it even. So this was a cool little, probably a campaign thing where he and Sir William Williams play, a little bit of tennis. So there we go.
And Donald Trump is always where the cameras are when it involves making money. And today at Lowe's Island in Sterling, Virginia, he opened the Tennis Performance Center. Trump volleyed with Serena Williams, shoes off, coat on. Donald Trump showing he's got some game, some little. It's right there at the Trump National Club. Both are tremendous facilities. It was good to see him out there, and the fans seemed to enjoy it. And Donald.
Now, here's the thing about that. I'm going to probably reach into this a little bit. But here's the thing. That right there is a very intelligent campaign video strategy, whatever you want. It's very intelligent. Here is why. Tennis, it's a very, look, they weren't going hard to the paint or anything. They weren't playing. They're just doing a friendly little game, a little back and forth. They weren't really actually trying to play to win or shit like that. But let me ask you this. Do you think Biden could be able to do any of that, even a cute little hit like that? Do you think Biden could have done that? I don't think so. And I don't think you think so either. Okay? So, after all of that, Biden, do you think Biden could have done that? I don't. I really don't think Biden could have done that. So, with that video, all Trump's showing is, hey, look, I'm still pretty fit, I'm still able, I'm causing it physically. I'm causing it. I'm mentally there. I can do some physical shit. I'm not going to fall off my bike while standing while I'm president and shit like that. So, it's a way to show that, look, this guy's still fairly competent, even though he's 70 something or whatever. He's still, he can go he's able to play a little bit, hit a ball, and doing it with his coat on and his shoes off and all that stuff. So that was an intelligent move, I think. All right, I'm going to go a little out of order here, just because this one's really short about it. And the other stuff's probably a fairly long take. So I'm going to talk about this Dillon Danis versus Logan Paul thing. Here's basically what happened. Okay. That was really fun. All right. So there we go. So it starts off like this. Boom. Logan throws a prime bottle, hits Danis's nuts. Danis responds. He goes after, he tries to hold back. He throws his mic. It's Paul. There we go. That's basically. And apparently, Logan gets all bloodied by this. Because there was, let's see if I can find the post. Not sure. All right, I don't think the fight's actually canceled. But okay. And there's another clip of Logan Paul being rushed off. But it appears that Paul that Logan Paul just missed his weigh-in, and then had to get the rules changed so he could get the weigh in. And then here's some clips during the face-off before, which is kind of funny considering the glasses. He has a tear with bloods on it, and then he made Paul bleed. All right, so there you go. That's the whole drama with Dillon Danis and all that. So, all right, so let's get into this neon thing. Okay, so that's just fucking okay. Hold on, I gotta change something. Apparently, it's neon with a 3 as an E. I don't fucking know that. I don't even know this kid. All right, save. So much I care, honestly. Let's see. There we go. This week of tube. So, let's just get this. Just a little background. He's a 19-year-old streamer. Apparently, his name is Ragesh Mutama. He's 19-year-old, born 2004. He does campaign videos and stuff. Apparently, he's controversially faked his death. Okay, whatever. So he's a weird dude. But yeah, he's 19 years old. He's a weirdo. Honestly, he's a weirdo. Like I see him on Fresh and Fit. The dude's a weirdo. He's a 19-year-old kid. Like he has no maturity whatsoever. But yeah, so that's who Neon is. And so Neon, Sneako's kind of been getting talking to him, and he's trying to red pill Neon, which would be intelligent because red pill a 19-year-old kid. He's got a large audience, could help with this generation. Now, Neon has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. His girlfriend is a 304. If you don't know what that means, she's a hoe. Okay. She is a hoe. She's a giant hoe. She makes OnlyFans content. And I'm not going to do the full thing. I'll do some clips here and there about it. But I'm not going to do the full video. But anyways, Neon was on Fresh and Fit on last Friday, obviously. Him and his girlfriend were both on there. Sorry, I'm just looking for a good clip about this. Okay. But prior to that, shit, that's a long ass video. I don't want to do a long ass video. Okay. So, because what happened is Sneeko got Neon in touch with Myron Monday maybe or Wednesday. I don't know. One day, one of those days, like Tuesday or Thursday last week, and he kind of exposed his girlfriend. Well, Myron exposed Neon's girlfriend. He did this by basically, because if you don't know, Fresh and Fit, the Red Pillars, they've talked to like over 3,000 women. They kind of know female nature in the modern day and age. So he was telling Neon, like, look, this chick's a hoe. You need to drop her or at least not take her seriously and understand your value. The funny thing is, while this was happening, while he was giving this advice, his girlfriend Sam's blowing up Neon's phone repeatedly, and then also ends up buying him a Rolex. So after Myron sits Neon down, tells Neon all about her, what she's doing. She's just using him to get the clout to like kind of siphon off his followers to go to her OnlyFans to buy her OnlyFans content and whatnot. And everything. She ends up buying him a Rolex watch. And it's an obvious sneaky tactic to try and get Neon to stick by her. Oh, look, I care about you. I'm buying you an expensive watch. It was just kind of funny. Okay, this is a perfect clip. All right, so I'm just gonna show this clip of them on the podcast. This kind of exemplifies how Myron exposed her. Also, if you're an OF fan, don't go on the Fresh and Fit and you're with like a 19-year-old virgin. Oh, by the way, Neon's a virgin. So he's a 19-year-old virgin. His girlfriend, Sam, is 21 or 20. I don't even fucking remember. 22, 21-year-old girl on OnlyFans. Definitely has a high body count. But anyways, this here clip is the best for like how Myron exposed her. So
that you are a predatory female, you know exactly what you're doing. You understand that he doesn't understand his value, and you're using that to your advantage to monetize his audience, because his audience is a bunch of young, impressionable men, your target audience, by the way, that you can make money on. And you understand, okay, I need to keep this guy in my corner to continue what I'm doing. Oh, let me buy him a Rolex so that he
just look at her. Just look. Just want to pause for. Just look at her. Look at the death glare she's giving Myron. Her face is saying everything. Okay? She's like, you motherfucker. You're trying to ruin this for me. You're exposing me. I fucking hate your guts.
doesn't feel.
You sound like the manipulator here. I'm just letting you know. You sound like.
That's so dumb. How is Myron the manipulator? Like, what does he have possibly to gain? Okay? What does he possibly have to gain? Now, some of you are like, oh, well, you can expose he can he's gonna manipulate Neon into getting more views for his channel and everything, etc., etc. Look, here's something that y'all need to know. Fresh and Fit don't need views like that. They got like 1 point something million followers on YouTube and like how many on Rumble? Hold on. Just want to check this out real quick. Fresh and Fit. So they got 270K followers on Rumble on one channel. And okay, so yeah, and then 2.28 followers on another. Yeah. So like seriously, like what like okay, cool, Rumble, but Neon's not on Rumble. He's on Kick. Fresh and Fit aren't on Kick, so I don't give a shit about Kick. And then on YouTube, they have 1.51 million subscribers on YouTube. Okay, and they're not even monetized on YouTube. So what does Myron have to gain? Like he's not on Kick. Okay, he's not on Kick, and that's where a majority of it seems like Neon's followers are on, or only are on. It's on Kick, so he doesn't have anything gained to try and quote unquote manipulate Neon. And again, he doesn't need Neon's followers. He doesn't need them. Would it be great? Would it be great for young men to understand that they need to, earn their value and become top tier guys, and how to move with modern day women that are all like basically a bunch of fucking hoes? Yeah, but he doesn't need Neon's followers. Sam, that's his girlfriend, that's the old girlfriend, does need Neon followers, because without Neon followers, she doesn't get people to come subscribe to her. Now she has 250K followers. All right, she probably could be fine right now, but let's be honest. If you can get more followers, there's always get more followers, get more money. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Really?
You're like trying to make this whole storyline that's just not true. How can you just not think that? Like, you would think this is all set up, this is all planned. It's not. It's really not. Like, he came to my house. I didn't even.
Oh, that's another thing. So she said, well, the way her and Neon met was she threw a party at her house for streamers. All right. Now, okay, threw a party. There's nothing wrong with that, right? She just threw a party, right? She just threw a party. There's what's wrong with a party, guys? Here's the thing: it was a streamer party. Now I don't know. I've never been to a streamer. I'm fucking 28 years old. All right, I'm not gonna be invited to. And I have like 12. What is 12 on here? 15 on my gaming channel. Okay, I don't have a high following. No big deal. Not complaining. It is what it is. But here's what I think happens. What goes into a streamer party. What is required is you have a certain number of followers before you can get invited. I doubt someone who just started streaming will get invited. I doubt someone that has below 10K follower, or not 10K, but like have like 1,000 followers will get invited. There's a certain threshold requirement for you to get in on that party. So what she did, and she doesn't know that she exposed her like this, but what she did was she was already screening people. All right. So to be invited, Neon needed to have a certain number of followers before he was invited. All right. So he's met that threshold of people, of having this amount of followers. So he already has a good following. Great. Perfect. There we go. Then either during the party or before, I'm assuming she did it before, she learned a little bit about him, learned that he was a virgin. Now, what does that mean if he's a virgin? You don't know shit about girls. All right, just think about it, guys. Think about it when you were a virgin. All right, do you know anything about girls? No. Okay, you barely had the ability to get some chick to have sex with to lose your virginity. All right, let's be honest. I was the same way. All right, so you don't know shit about girls because you're a virgin. Because let's be honest, it's the only reason guys talk to girls to fucking have sex. So if you're not a virgin, not really that good with girls, Not that, okay, that's incorrect. It's not that you're not that good with girls. You just don't have that experience, that sexual experience is required to deal with the opposite sex. So she's already screened him. So at that point, she can go and, sell him that purity. Oh, I'm just a nice girl looking for, good guy. I only have 2 boyfriends, blah, 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 blah. So it doesn't really help her case, honestly. All right, let's get back into this.
Know who he was, and then
That's bullshit. You definitely knew who he was. Come on. You're telling me you let a stranger in your house without even knowing who the fuck he was? Bullshit.
We start streaming together. We
you
meet
saw
and we
that
have
following.
good chemistry. No, we have good chemistry.
Yeah.
Like you can do. It's all based off
Bullshit. Yeah. No, bullshit.
chat. He listens to chat. That's his life. So you can say, oh, but if they didn't like me, I wouldn't be here right now.
Well, the thing is, like I said before, his chat, a bunch of young, impressionable guys.
Yeah, and FYI, if you didn't know, Neon was also streaming this on his Kick thing, along with Fresh and Fit. And if you look at Kick, they were all sipping on Sam. And if you looked at, Fresh and Fit Rumble, they were like, yo, this chick's a hoe. Kind of tells you the kind of different audience they have.
And they don't understand how women like you move. I think that
There we
you
go.
are a predatory. I'm just going to be honest here.
All right. And then also, this is what Myron told Neon he had to do. All right. So this is basically I've done all this to lead up to what this next not this clip, but the clip I'm going to show afterwards why that all happened. So here's what he did he gave Neon the raw truth. So here we go.
He's a manipulative, conniving sex worker trying to sell you purity while simultaneously siphoning off your audience for own personal gain. God.
That's funny.
I would say that she's the equivalent to Cell, stage 1, where they take the tail and they suck you dry.
If you don't know, obviously, you don't know. Fresh and Fit, they're big Dragon Ball Z fans, so they don't use a lot of Dragon Ball Z references, which I fucking love because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan.
And what's going to end up happening is this, my friend. Once she goes ahead and sucks you dry and is no longer able to benefit from being associated with you, she's going to go ahead and find another guy that's bigger than you and move on to him. And that's what's going to happen, because what happened is that she's on OnlyFans, she's on social media, and in order for her business to grow, she needs to ensure that she's attached to someone who has more status than herself. So once she reaches your level or exceeds it, she is definitely going to leave and go to someone else. She knows that, right? The thing is that she understands that she has more sexual experience than you. She has more experience than you in general. That's why she's able to manipulate.
Look at Neon's face. Like, look at this. Like, he's real. Like, you can tell he's really taking in what's Myron's saying. And he's like, "Oh shit, this makes perfect sense."
Let you do the stupid shit that she does, puppy eyes crying.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just realized this. So, what all preceded them going on the Fresh Fit panel? Well, they apparently took. They went on and did a lie detector test and whatnot. So they did all that crap, and it turned out that, she got asked a question, have you slept with anyone since we've been kind of like seeing each other? She said no, and the lie detector was like, yeah, that's a fucking lie. And so she cries and tries to get him to feel sorry for her, and then which fucking worked, of course, because this guy doesn't understand women. And everything. So that's what this video here is.
Etc. Blah blah blah. Oh no, I care about you, but she doesn't care enough to delete.
And she got exposed online, by the way, in front of everyone, which was hilarious.
Her OnlyFans, even though you told her that you don't like it. I'm just gonna be honest here.
Flirting with other girls, that it's just gonna really like these are personable things that you don't.
This is for like all.
Okay. So there we go. So there's all of that stuff going on. All right. So I've led us all up to kind of get you the understanding so that you can understand what this clip is all about. So Neon's girl Sam shows how manipulative she is and is trying to get him to block Myron from @Fresh Fit Pod. So for all that, Neon still has her sticking around for now, at least. Not surprising at all. Here's what's I think is gonna happen with this. Hold on. Let me play the clip and I'll give you my thoughts on Neon and what's gonna happen.
Block Myron.
Block Myron?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this happened because he told her to block some dude from OF or DM or whatever. So now she's trying to get him to block Myron.
On God.
No.
On God.
Block him.
I think you just come back. Yo, you're.
Block Myron.
Huh?
Block Myron.
No.
There's no reason you should be friends with him.
There's some very good reasons you should be friends with him. She'll keep him straight, not a fucking idiot and simp loser.
No.
There's no reason you should be friends with him. You know that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
She only wants him not to be friends with Myron because Myron exposed her. And she knows look, if she was telling the truth and it's not like that, blah, 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 she wouldn't give a fuck what Myron had to say. should be like, all right, he's wrong, but I mean, you can, you can do his, his opinion's that, and all right, cool. I disagree. I'm not like that, etc., etc., etc. It's how like an actual chick that isn't exactly what Myron is saying would act.
I can't.
Why? He's in your ear all the time saying bad stuff about me. I don't want you to talk to him or be friends with him anymore.
Keep strong, dude.
No.
What?
No.
Block him.
No.
Why?
No.
Do you care about his opinion?
No.
So then why are you friends with him?
Because he's a cool guy.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not a cool guy at all.
I'm not blocking him.
You're just a cloud chaser if you don't block him.
How am I a clout chaser?
Do you see how manipulative this bitch is? You're just a clout chaser if you don't block him. She's insulting him. And yeah, she's insulting him, trying to manipulate him. Oh, if you don't do this, you're a clout chaser. Look, let's be honest. People that watch Fresh and Fit, they're not going over to Neon's channel. All right, this kid's a fucking idiot. He's disrespectful. He's a little shit because he's 19 years old and everything like that. So there's not a great amount of following that's going to go from Neon to or from Myron to Neon. So there's no clout chasing there.
What are you saying?
I'm saying whatever I have to get you to do what I want.
You're bipolar.
Block him.
You were just crying 30 seconds
Block
ago.
him. I'm dead ass.
So?
No!
You think I'm kidding?
Yo, you're like crazy. I can't. Oh my god.
Block him.
No!
Block him. Literally, like I'm being laughing because it's funny how you won't block him, even though he's the only person.
How about I block
that's
you?
passionate
No, I'm
about-
kidding.
Go ahead.
Oh my
You
god.
want to block?
Yo, she's fucking crazy, bro. What is wrong with you?
I'm just being dead ass.
No, I can't.
Block
I can't. I can't.
Block Myron now.
You can have your phone back.
No, block Myron. On God.
No.
He's not a good person to be around if he's always in your.
I'm not around him. I did like 2 streams with him. He's a good guy.
How could you say that when all he does is talk badly about me?
Now, here's the thing. He talks badly about you, and it's fucking true. He's a good guy. And it's all true. Like, look at this.
You didn't stand up for me against him, so block him.
Oh, is your phone already getting spammed?
Because you're not worthy of being stand up to. All right. Basically, what she's talking about there is during the entire stream they were on there, Myron was saying everything, voicing everything. And Neon didn't say fucking shit. He was quiet the entire fucking time. He didn't say shit. He wasn't like, yeah, no, okay, cool. Neon did not say a fucking word, which was funny as hell to me.
Block him. I think I'm being stupid. Like, I'm being dead ass. Block him now.
No. No.
Okay. Bye.
Don't do it. Don't chase after her. Just let her go, dude.
Being disrespected all the time, and that's what you want to do. So I'm good.
Just let her go. Don't chase after her. No, don't say anything, motherfucker. You see how manipulative she is? Fine, I'm leaving.
I'm taking all these bags to the front. You can leave or you can stay here.
No. Hold on.
No, don't do it. Just let her go.
I can't, bro. It's like I'm in a fucking movie. What?
Just let her go. So there you go. Look, here's what's going to happen with Neon, all right? He's going to keep Sam around. And everything Myron says is going to come true. And he's going to get his heart broken. And the whole world's going to see. That's what's going to happen. Which is a good thing, I think. I think, men do have to suffer a little bit. But yeah, men have to suffer. I've suffered a lot. A lot of great men have suffered before they were great men. So Neon's gonna have to suffer. He's gonna make a mistake. He's gonna stick with this girl, Sam. She's gonna ruin his life, and bum him out and everything like that. It is what it is, and he'll learn. And that's literally what's going to happen. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. He's not going to drop. He needs to drop this chick. I don't even think he should keep her around until she fucks him. But at the bare minimum, that's what she should do. Is fuck her and then leave her. Like, let's be honest. That's what he needs to do with this broad. She's not good. She's not good for him. Look at that. You just need to block him. There's no reason for you to talk to him. You're just clout chaser if you don't block him. Insulting him, being disrespectful, etc. Block him. All right, I'm leaving if you're not going to block him. What Neon should have done would have been like, all right, bye. Like that whole wait, no, you're going to leave. Go. I don't give a shit. Go, woman. I don't care. All right. So there you go. That's the whole Neon shit. This dude's a dork. And, I'll just watch and when it all crashes and burn, I'll be there and I'll laugh. Honestly, I'll laugh about it. Oh, that whole on God shit. Like, she kept doing that all the time. Like, on God this, on God that. And I just want to be like, chick, shut the fuck up. I think that's like some sort of like slang term, like to be like, it's like the new bet. That's why I think it is. I don't know. Let me look it up on Urban. Dude, I'm 28 years old. I'm nearly 30. I don't understand the fucking lingo these kids use nowadays. On God. So old, I have to fucking. Okay, I guess it's the new way of saying I swear to God. This is fucking dumb. But yeah, so there we go. All right, so here we go. So news report. I haven't looked at this really because whatever. But breaking news reports are coming in that Biden admin is telling American citizens in Israel that they'll have to pay reimbursements if they're evacuated from Israel. This comes just one day after Biden admin informed Americans informed Americans still stuck that they need to find their way out. So I'm just looking this up, seeing if this is actually confirmed or not. I'm not seeing anything about this. All right. Anyways, I'll finish reading this. Multiple countries, including Spain, Poland, Argentina, and many others, have been evacuating their citizens since the attack. Welcome to Biden's America, where they'll happily give illegals a flight to any U.S. city they choose, but American citizens abroad are told to fend for themselves. Is anyone surprised? So I'm looking this up. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. So this is from Timcast IRL. So the State Department has issued a bulletin stating that it offers transit assistance in the coming days, which could be by air or sea, and would take Americans to nearby safe locations and not to the United States. The memo then clarifies the travelers should be prepared to arrange their own lodgings at the safe location and pay for their own onward travel from the third world country to their chosen destination. Department assistance is provided via a loan from the U.S. government, which requires travelers to sign a promissory note and agreement to repay prior to departure. So there you go. So, they'll get you out as long as you promise to pay them back, which is funny. I'm not going to go through this whole article. So basically said what I was looking for it to say. So yeah, I guess that's true. All right, fuck you, Biden. So there you go. And it's just kind of funny, And yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. Like you gotta pay your own country to get you out, but then a bunch of illegals can come in and get flights wherever. Come on, whatever. This is the Biden administration. If Donald Trump was in office, he'd be like, "Dude, I'll pay for you to get out. I'll send my own private jet, and you guys can get out that way." That's what Trump should do. He should send his own private jet to pick people up from Israel or nearby and bring them back. That's what he should do. Oh, but Donald Trump, if you're listening to this, you're not. But if you are, send your own planes to pick people up from Israel. Send them. Send your own planes to get American citizens out. All right. So, family of man wanted for killing Josh Kruger, says the 19-year-old and the journalist shared sex and drugs. The assertion that Robert Davis's mother and older brother add new complexities to a killing that has garnered national attention. The family of Robert Davis, 19, who is accused of killing local journalist Josh Kruger, said that Davis was just 15 when he and Kruger began a years-long relationship involving drugs, and that Davis told them Kruger was threatening to post sexually explicit videos of him online before police say Davis shot Kruger. Those assertions by Davis and older brother in recent interviews with the Inquirer add troubling new complexities to a killing that has garnered national attention. Their account, they said, is drawn from recent conversations with Davis and from years of watching his life unravel as he tried to keep the relationship and his drug addiction hidden. Kruger, 39, was killed after a man entered his Point Breeze home in the middle of the night, police say, and shot him 7 times at the base of his stairs. Surveillance video near the scene and tips from Kruger friends and family led detectives to Davis, and a warrant was issued for his arrest a few days later. Police described the pair of acquaintances and said Kruger was trying to help Davis get through life. Yeah, get through life and get that ass, apparently. The family contentions comes as detectives separately discovered and are investigating what multiple law enforcement sources have called explicit photos and messages in Kruger's phone. The sources, who request anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation, did not say whether the images or messages were connected to Davis, but said they were disturbing and have been turned over to the department's Special Victims Unit for further analysis. Deputy Police Commissioner Frank Vanner said the contents of Kruger's phone are part of investigations as detectives seek to learn more about why he may have been killed. But critical details of what happened, he said, lie with Davis, who remains at large. Oh, this guy hasn't been arrested? I thought he was arrested. I think he could answer a lot of questions if he comes into custody and surrenders. Vanner said it might help put all this together. Demica, God damn it, shut up, Inquirer. said her son called her on Friday just hours after the Philadelphia police burst into her South Philadelphia home looking for him. She urged him to turn himself in, she said, but before the call ended, he frankly tried to explain, though he stopped short of admitting the crime. He was scared, he said. He said he wanted to do some stuff I didn't want to do, and if I didn't do it, he said he was going to blackmail me. Put the pieces together. Danica Davis and her older son, Jalen Reason, said in an interview that Davis faced mental health issues from a young age. He struggled to control his anger in school. His mother said partially because of the absence of his biological father in his life, and often got into fights. When he was about 15, she said his trouble intensified after he started sneaking out in the middle of the night and coming home high on drugs. They said Davis told him he was seeing an older white woman he met online who worked for the government. A white woman? Well, maybe Josh identified as a white woman. They frequently saw the name Josh pop up in messages on his phone, they said, and when they asked who Davis or Josh was, Davis told them it was the woman's brother who was gay. It was only later in their call with him Friday they said that Davis told him he had been seeing Kruger all along. Kruger worked for the city, including the Office of Homeless Services from 2015 to 2020, which lined up with when they said Davis initially told him he started seeing the woman who worked for the government. They followed Davis to Kruger's block on Watkins before, they said, desperately trying to find out where he was going to get drugs. They trailed behind and watched him turn onto Watkins Street, but they couldn't figure out which house he was going into, they said. 4 years, Danica Davis said. We've only had pieces of everything. We could never put the pieces together, and now everything is coming out, and we see what's going on. Davis sometimes returned home with expensive gifts such as designer belts and Gucci pants, they said, and would tell his family the woman bought them for him. He'd sometimes stay out until early mornings, they said, and returned under the influence of drugs. They found needles, pills, and other drug paraphernalia in his pockets and believed he became addicted to meth. Danica Davis said that she tried to get her help for her son, but that resources were limited. He never stayed long at a rehabilitation facility and other institutions treated him like a prisoner. His drug use escalated as he struggled to hold a job and sometimes scraped spare parts and metals. He was arrested in August and charged with trespassing after police said he broke into a building at the Navy Yard and was acting erratically. Charges were dropped after the security guard who witnessed the incident failed to appear in court. Davis said he was home the week Kruger was killed and behaving like his normal self. On Friday morning, Reason said he returned home from his girlfriend's house about 3 a.m. and his brother came home about 4:45 with his cart of scrap materials. They argued for a bit about why Davis was out so late, Reason said, and then Reason went to his room. Then it was fairly cool. Wow. Then at 6:01 a.m., Philadelphia police and SWAT burst through the door with a photo of Davis and a warrant for his arrest. But Davis was gone. Reason and his mother said they don't know where he's hiding. Davis said if her son did kill Kruger, there's no excuse, but she too wants answers. It's tragic what happened, but I feel like my son is a victim in all of this as well. Kruger, for his part, was transparent about his struggles in his own life. He has said he was homeless for years and was addicted to crystal meth and used intravenous drugs while on the street. He wrote in 2017, he relied on sex work, his religion, and the kindness of others to survive. Saw a lot of trauma and acted out of a lot of pain, he said, about the time of his life. He said he started making changes in 2013. He said he got sober and wrote up 4 blogs and alt-week publications about his experiences. Then in 2015, he was hired by the city. Over 5 years, he oversaw the mayor's social media platforms and acted as a spokesperson for the city's Office of Homeless Services. He returned to writing in 2021 and for various outlets, including The Inquirer. He typically wrote about issues that intersected with his life, including living as a gay man with HIV, addiction and harm reduction, and city and state politics. Became known for his small positions, activity on social media, and grew following. Police sources says he concealed parts of his life and that meth was found in his bedroom. Still, news of his death left many shocked and devastated. City and state leaders shared statements celebrating his life and support for vulnerable communities. Police, are working to figure out how it fits together. We're looking at everything as part of the case. So there we go. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds like, what Davis is saying is pretty true. This guy, helped him score drugs and they, apparently were in a sexual relationship. Now, and he was apparently threatening to blackmail him. Now, does that justify his murder? Probably not. But apparently this guy here, Kruger, was not as good a dude as people may have thought. It's kind of interesting how this case has developed. Again, it's not a justification for murder, but, what can you do? But there we are. So, yeah, I guess we'll look into it. I thought the guy was arrested. I didn't realize he's still at large. That shows you how much I paid attention to him. But there we go. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know really what else to say, honestly. But hey, what can you do? All right. All right, so we got two more things. I'll go with this one. So we're going to talk about this professor. Now, this is a two-part clip. I got part 1 and part 2 ready.
What
So there you go. This is an angry professor who was very upset with these pro-life activists. So we'll watch the clip.
I have it on video, man.
Like, what is it with this creepy smile, too? Like, she had this creepy smile pretty much the entire time. Like, am I assaulting him? You are holding his property hostage and not letting go of his property. I don't know if you're assaulting him, but you are messing with his property, and that's not allowed either.
I'm assaulting him. Why you're very angry about your abortion. Yeah. Ma'am, you're very angry about your abortion.
If I get arrested right now,
why are you touching his equipment like that?
Okay, you should probably let him have his stuff. Yeah, you can. So you need to let go right now. You're under arrest. Walk away right now.
I already said I was going to let it go.
Walk away now.
Question for you,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Boardman,
Let's walk
am I
away.
assaulting him by holding his in court?
You are talking. No, you cannot do that. Walk away now.
How about you just no. Look. This chick's so fucking entitled. Am I assaulting him by holding his court? It doesn't matter whether you're assaulting him. This is a crime. You're. I don't even know what the crime. I know it is a crime. I just don't know what the crime is. If that makes sense. Like, you can't grab someone's equipment, hold on to it, and refuse to give it back. I guess somewhat stealing. I don't know what the crime is, but I'm pretty sure it is a crime. And it's not assault that you're committing, obviously, but you are holding onto his property without his permission.
Boardman,
We'll
can
go
I
talk,
answer
but we're
your
going to do it over here.
question?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
But
Am
let
I
go right
assaulting
now.
him? Is this assault?
Let go right now.
Yes or no?
Let go right now.
See, this chick's so entitled. Yes or no? Look, lady, just let go of the goddamn cord. You can have the conversation afterwards. Just let go of the goddamn cord.
Yes, no. Yes or no?
You're under arrest. Yep. Put your hands on your. We pray for the grace of God for you.
That guy, we pray for the grace of God for you. That's hilarious. And now, look what she's getting. She's resisting arrest.
We're not here for that. Right now, you're under arrest.
Okay. All right. So then after that, we got this next one.
We're here because of love of God. And we understand you will get we'll help you get it. God, His mercy is great.
Now she's resisting arrest.
You guys are wasting my time.
We pray.
Oh, you're wasting your time. You wasted their time.
Though you hate those who are message or about the gospel of the Lord Jesus, we understand that you hate this, hate us, and hate the truth. But either way, you get out
So yeah, apparently she's a professor. She doesn't like the fact that these guys were demonstrating against abortion and decided to grab their equipment and refuse to let it go. And attempted to do all this on her terms. No, I'm going to let go, but you're going to answer my question. No, you're going to let go, and then or else they're going to arrest you. So you got arrested over being an idiot. Now, let's be honest. This professor probably didn't, probably got let go same day. Probably is not really facing any issues, et cetera, et cetera. Let me just look at this. Okay, not seeing anything up, which is fine. Whatever, no big deal. There we go. So yeah, am I arresting him or am I assaulting him? No, you're holding his equipment though. That you should let go. And then she's probably gonna get charged with resisting arrest because she was clearly resisting as well. So there you go. Now you got another charge. But I'm sure she'll keep her job regardless. But if you're a student and if you're a male student, you get accused of sexual assault with no evidence whatsoever, you'll get kicked out. But this chick who will, go and interfere with other people's rights, like speaking, First Amendment right, and then gets arrested and get charged with, probably resisting arrest as well. I should keep her job. All right. So we got one last clip. This is another red pill clip. Let's check this out.
Men value in a woman, clearly it's very different. My thought process is, don't you want to be with a woman that is worldly, educated, well-traveled, could bring something to the table rather?
Okay. I don't know about everyone else, but when I hear worldly, experience, well-traveled, all that really puts in my mind is she's gotten a lot of dick. And that's what goes through most men's mind. Let's be honest. You hear some chick, oh, I'm worldly, experienced, well-traveled, etc., etc., etc. All you're really thinking, and be honest with yourself, guys, all you're really thinking is, this chick has been fucked a lot. Let me let this chick know. No, we don't want a chick that's worldly, well-traveled, etc. We don't give a shit about any of that. You know what we would like is someone that doesn't have any of those experiences that we can show. That's what guys like. We like being the ones that show you. We like the ones that you get experience worldly and all that shit well-traveled from. We don't want some other dudes used leftovers.
Other than somebody that has absolutely no idea about anything in life.
Guess what? She may not know anything about life, but guess what? I can teach her that. I can show her the way. Okay? I can show her the world. That old Aladdin song, right? Okay? That's what we want. You want someone that's inexperienced. That's enjoyable for us because then we can teach them everything. We can give them the experiences. We like that. I don't know why it's like so hard for chicks to understand this. We like to be the ones that give you all these experiences. So no, we don't want a well-traveled, used-up woman. We want a fresh woman with no experiences that we can show the world to. It is what it is. That's what we like.
Really can't contribute anything outside of just being a woman.
Yes, and women contribute something valuable. Give kids, make a home, etc. I don't need your money, okay? I don't need your experiences. I have my own experiences. I will give you some experiences.
Well-traveled is a giant red flag for
Why
most
is
men,
that?
because if I look at a woman's Instagram page and I see pictures of her on a private jet, on a yacht, in multiple different fancy locations, my immediate assumption is this woman is for a yacht.
Yeah, like every guy's immediate assumption is that this chick's gotten a lot of dick, because girls don't generally pay for these trips, because why would they? Look, let's be honest. If you're a guy and you could get flown out to various exotic places, okay, without and not have to pay a goddamn dime, why the fuck would you pay for a goddamn dime? Like, let's be honest. These chicks are getting flown out. They're going to these exotic places because dudes are trying to fuck them. Let's be honest. Like, look, is that all women? No. Is that most of them? Probably. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do you, girl, if you want to get these experiences from other dudes, fuck these guys, because, you know, it's the only way you can really get there. That's fine. I don't fault you for that, but don't expect any guy to take you seriously afterwards. It is what it is. What can you do? Well, except not go to, but whatever.
The women that are traveling everywhere are going and living a luxurious lifestyle. They could
I'm
have been
assuming that
backpacking all over Europe.
They could be backpacking all over here. Okay.
Is clearly a woman who's been flown out by a man.
Yeah,
That's
Clearly.
very different.
And because it's different cities, probably different men.
Exactly.
But he's,
So if
trying,
your
he's trying to
issue-
tell you what he wants, and you're trying to tell him that's not. Most girls that travel around from city to city, they're sleeping around. So it's like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, how is he supposed to know that it's not a duck, especially when women lie?
Notice.
So there you go. Yeah. So that was on Just Burley Things. But yeah, that's basically what it. I mean, look, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's probably fucking duck. It's probably a duck that's fucking. It is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. You do you, but I don't have to tolerate any of it. I don't have to deal with any of that. I'm gonna just do me. You do you, and we'll go our separate ways and have a good fucking day. I don't understand why this concept is so hard for chicks to understand. And again, guys, we don't look. Most guys don't want a chick that's worldly. We don't give a shit about that. We want a chick that has no experiences, because then we can give them that experience. That's what we want. It is what it is. All right. So there we go. That's why guys like virgins and whatnot. All right. So there we go. We talked a lot of stuff today. We talked about the day of Jihad, DeSantis lying, Neon and his girlfriend, his hoe of a girlfriend, Dillon, Danis, and Logan Paul, Biden demanding people pay him to get them out. We watched some clips. We talked about a guy who murdered another guy, but it appears like the other guy was blackmailing him, whatever. All right, we talked about a lot of things. So, as for payment, I hope they'll give me a like and follow me. That's what I hope. Make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on X or Twitter, however you want to call it. That's the best way to learn when I go live and everything. Check out Coffee Brand Coffee that I am affiliate of. That's my reference code right there, as well as the coupon code. They will give you 5% off. So check out Coffee Brand Coffee. They got a variety of coffees, teas, and hot chocolate. They're roasted to order. It's delicious. That's what I've been drinking this entire stream, is some delicious Coffee Brand Coffee. Let me see. If you're watching this on Rumble or YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. But also go and check out my Rumble if you are on the YouTube. That's rumble.com/withghost. And if you're already on Rumble, of course, follow me here. And then check out my second channel, Gaming with Ghost. That's rumble.com/gaming with Ghost. That channel is obviously for gaming. I am currently playing the new Assassin's Creed Mirage. I played last weekend. I played, basically that's all I did. I have yet to been able to stream it because this is a second job basically for me. So I have my current job and I can't generally play. But yeah, fine, and yeah. So follow me there on the Rumble, and then I have some final thoughts. Again, we talked about the day of Jihad, which is supposed to be today. And again, I don't think anything's really going to happen today. But as I said before, just make sure you keep your head on the swivel and you make sure that, you just be aware. That's all I'm asking is for people to be aware. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. All right. I hope you all have a good day. Peace out. See you later.